Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the English news of Binh Phuoc television station and newspaper. I'm Bích Thủy, and now are the headlines as usual. JAPFA Vietnam opens feed mill and slaughterhouse in Binh Phuoc. 28 locations selected to host National High School graduation exams. Vietnam People's Army Fund boarding school inaugurated in Laos. Vietnamese firm invest nearly 22 billion USD abroad. And now a detail. The Binh Phuoc feed mill and slaughterhouse has been put into operation by the JAPFA Vietnam Company Limited at the Minh Hưng Psychical Industrial Park in Nong Nơ Khamin, Hấn Quảng District. In addition to helping complete the province feed farm food supply chain, the plant also affirms JAPFA's sustainable development commitment to Vietnam.
The mill is one of JAPFA Vietnam's most modern projects. Nearly 400 billion dong was invested in the third phase, which has a capacity of 240,000 tons a year. With the capacity targeted at 480,000 tons a year in the second phase, it will be able to supply animal feed in the southeastern region and the Central Highlands. The slaughterhouse, meanwhile, spans an area of nearly 15 hectares and has a capacity of processing 16,000 heads a day. Total investment was more than 400 billion dong. With its new mill and slaughterhouse, JAPFA Vietnam targets completing its feed, farm, food supply chain and will recruit more than 200 local workers. At the opening, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Trần Hiền said JAPFA's operation illustrates Binh Phuoc's attractiveness among foreign enterprises. She asked relevant authorities to continue supporting JAPFA with its projects in Binh Phuoc province. JAPFA, meanwhile, was reminded to fully comply with Vietnamese regulations, meet environmental standards, and create more jobs to contribute to local socio-economic development.
The Vietnam Fatherland Front VFF Committee's Binh Phuoc chapter recently held a conference to receive feedback from the public on the draft resolution on agriculture restructuring by 2025 with a vision to 2030.
The conference saw the participation of experts, researchers, managers, enterprises, representatives from political and social organizations, and local people. Most feedback focused on the constitutionality and legality of the resolution. Participants also evaluated the performance of the local agricultural sector and the measures needed to conduct restructuring.
The Binh Phuoc Provincial People's Committee recently approved the plan on holding National High School graduation exam in 2023, with 28 secondary and high schools chosen as examination site.
The National High School graduation exams will take place from June 27 to 30th. Provincial leaders said high schools must equip students with sufficient knowledge to help them be prepared for the exams, while the 28 schools must prepare the necessary facilities to ensure COVID-19 prevention and control. All parties should work to ensure safety, fairness, and compliance with regulations, the leaders said.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính received the Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization, Kit Chak Lim, in Hanoi on May 12th.
Prime Minister Chin said, Vietnam holds a great potential for developing the maritime industry, as the country boasts a long coastline and lies on an important international shipping route. Vietnam hopes to continue receiving support from the IMO in maritime development, especially in human resources training, he said, asking organization to help Vietnam improve its maritime capacity and legal system. He also called for the organization's support for Vietnam's participation in international treaties, to ensure maritime safety, security, and freedom of navigation. IMO General Secretary congratulated Vietnam on its achievements across various fields, suggesting Vietnam enhance experience sharing, and cooperation with IMO member states, and joining hands with the Organization for Sustainable Development of the Maritime Sector. Lim said the organization will continue supporting Vietnam in human resources training /
Upholding Culture and Ethnicity School of the Laos People Army, built with the Vietnamese fundings, was inaugurated in Vientiane on May 11th as a gift of the Vietnam People's Army to its Lao counterpart. This is one of the simplest work of the special relationship between the two countries' army.
Covering an area of 4.8 ha in Na Quai village, Zazeta district of Vientiane, the school was constructed with a total budget of over $11 million. Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army and Deputy Defense Minister Nguyen Thanh Quang said the project is one of the gifts from the Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense to its Lao counterpart, with the desire to help the Lao Army improve the quality of education and training of human resources. The school will serve training and fostering children of Lao ethnic groups across the country, thus making important contributions to building a prosperous Laos, he said. The project is one of the symbols showing the great friendship, special solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation between the two countries in general, and the two armies in particular.
There has been 1,643 Vietnamese invested various projects in foreign countries with a total capital of $21.93 billion as the late April, according to the Ministry of Planning and Investment Foreign Investment Agency.
Vietnamese investors poured capital into 13 sectors, in which information and communications took the lead with nearly 69% of the total, followed by the agroforestry, fishery, processing and manufacturing, and mining sectors. In the first 4 months of this year, Vietnam saw 41 new projects licensed in 20 countries and territories with a combined investment of $140 million, a decline of 51% compared with that of the same period last year. Investment adjustments were made at 11 projects, increasing by $13.5 million in capital. Vietnam's foreign investment, consisting of both new investments and adjusted ones, reached $153.5 million in the first 4 months of this year, a drop of 53.2% year-on-year.
The index of the industrial production in April were estimated to increase by 3.6% month-on-month and by 0.5% over the same period last year, according to the General Statistics Office.
In the first 4 months, 52 localities gained growth in this index compared to the same period last year, while the index decreased in the remaining 11 localities. Several essential industrial products showed a decrease in index of industrial production during the first 4 months of 2023, including automobiles, bar and angle steel, mobile phones, and automobiles. Meanwhile, some other products gained growth in index of industrial production in the same period, such as sugar, gasoline, and garments. To promote production development and support businesses, the Ministry of Industrial and Technology has said it will closely monitor the production of sectors and fields to promptly grasp and remove difficulties in promoting production development.
A large ceramic mural depicting the friendship between Vietnam and Germany has been unveiled at the Westlake Water Park in Hanoi.
The 25 meters long artwork, designed by artist Nguyễn Thu Thủy and her team at the Tân Hanoi Company, was created on the walls of the water park. In a bid to express the love of Germany, many Vietnamese people who lived and studied in different cities in the country held. Thủy sketched an opening scene with joyful children waving the flags of the two countries, before an energetic scene showing wind power. The beauty of natural landscapes and architecture in famous German cities such as Hamburg, Berlin, Frankfurt, Dresden, Cologne, Mainz, Leipzig, and Munich are also featured on the mural. The artwork, funded by the German Embassy in Vietnam, was to celebrate the 45th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Vietnam and Germany in 2020. But due to COVID-19, work could not be completed until now.
And that's it for this edition of BPTV News. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.